And our breaking news live team coverage continues this morning. In case you were asleep last night, it got downright dangerous in downtown Las Vegas as people took to the streets in protest. Hundreds voicing their concerns about the immigration raids that are taking place throughout America, mass deportations, Metro, because it got so chaotic so quick. Metro declared that an unlawful protest, unlawful assembly, wanting to disperse things. Our live team coverage that really started at 11 o'clock last night continues now at 6:01 in the morning. Evan Schreiber on the live desk. He is tracking protests all over our nation, what to expect today and headed into the weekend. News 3's Alora Lagarde in downtown Las Vegas. She has multiple facets she's covering. Some young people who were swept up in all of this last night but weren't even there to protest. Our Andrew Nomura, who, if you were up late last night, you saw him live on our 11 o'clock news talking about how things descended so quickly. So, Andrew, let's start with you. You've been up all night. What do you see now at 6:01 in the morning Las Vegas time versus what you saw during the 11 o'clock news?
Yeah, a stark difference from right now compared to how it was last night. A lot calmer right now. As last night, things got a bit dicey, especially when law enforcement tried to curtail this unlawful assembly. But it didn't start out that way. Around 7 o'clock, hundreds of people piled in front of the federal building protesting the Trump administration's escalation of these ICE raids. And then around 9 o'clock or so, police deemed it to be an unlawful assembly, an unlawful gathering at some point. And then things took a turn for the worse as authorities tried to get a handle on all of these protesters. We talked to a couple of them last night. Take a listen.
I'm out here to speak for those who can't and to support our people.
We're here speaking for everybody who we can't speak for, like we have to speak up for the right reasons. And if people are not doing it, then who will?
All right, so as police tried to get a hold of the situation, we had reports of tear gas, non-lethal rounds. At around 11 o'clock, we saw that police were blocking both exits or both entryways to the I-11. Also, they rushed several protesters while they were there on the Fremont Street experience, several of them taken away in zip ties. But we do know and we do understand that there will be a protest coming this weekend. To talk more about that, let's toss things over to our Alora Lagarde.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Good morning to you. When we were here at the federal courthouse around midnight, we saw multiple people who were detained by police and being held here following that protest that happened last night. And some of them were minors. Some also were people who weren't even part of the protest itself. Upon going to the federal building, I met with a parent who was picking up her daughter and her cousin, both of whom are 17 years old. They told me that the people who were younger than 18 were able to be released by a parent or guardian. Now, the two teens say they weren't even part of the protest and were only out celebrating a family member's birthday. While they aren't opposed to the protest going on, they say they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
They didn't read us our rights, and
They
then
didn't tell us what we were arrested for.
Both of you have injuries, like you have one on your wrist right now. Look at that. And then we also have blood here on your leg.
and then a big bruise.
Yeah.
And then they got her on her face when they put her on the wall.
I see that.
It's right, it goes right there.
And then you have scratches on your face right now too.
Bruises. And
He
I just got
literally
thrown
said
to
as
the
soon as we
ground.
got touched, we're minors, we're trying to go home, and he said it doesn't matter. You guys are illegal immigrants. Next thing you know, we're in handcuffs, and they're not caring if you're a kid, if you're a mom, if you're anybody. They don't care if you're an elder. You're just an immigrant to them.
And we've been mentioning this throughout our shows. There is another protest happening on Saturday that we do expect to be bigger than the one that happened last night. That will be here at the federal courthouse, and that'll be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Once again, that'll be on Saturday. Kim?
And just to make it clear, Laura, the young people we just heard from, turns out they are not undocumented immigrants. That was just the accusation that got them into custody. Thank you for that. And at 6:05, this is all happening at a time where we're hearing from our sitting senators as the 13th anniversary of DACA is being memorialized. Catherine Cortez Masto taking to the Senate floor to talk about the dreamers who live among us.
DACA has proven to be an overwhelming success, allowing dreamers who have only ever known the United States as their home to continue contributing to our economy and our communities. Nevada, and every state in the country, has benefited from DACA. We're a better, stronger country because of this program.
She went on to say here in the state of Nevada, some 10,000 people are under the DACA umbrella, if you will. If you don't know what that means, it's Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. And what it is it's temporary protection from deportation, and also it gives you authorization to work here in the United States. You're able to renew this every 2 years. And even though they are considered lawfully present as far as being able to get these benefits, DACA does not give legal immigration status or a pathway to citizenship. But that is what so many people are living under, that DACA umbrella here in the state.